The Bitcoin bulls are now charging above the $42,000 level, and today we touched prices just below 43,400. These are the highest prices we've seen for Bitcoin since the beginning or middle of May. This is all coming alongside the launch of Ethereum's EIP 1559. And it stated that the Ethereum network is now burning $395,000 worth of Ethereum per hour. About 2.3 Ethereum per minute is being burned, which is about currently $6,600 going up in smoke every minute. This is one of the most bullish events in crypto history. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be discussing the crypto market. So today is an awesome day, a nice green day across the board. Bitcoin up 4.5%, Ethereum up 3.65%, and most of the top cryptocurrencies are following. Before we get started, definitely smash up that like button, and also we just crossed the 60,000 subscriber level on this channel, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Guys, I cannot thank you enough for all the support, and a special shout out to, of course, my patrons who go above and beyond to support this channel. Thank you guys so much. Now, looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart, we are making some epic strides here, putting in our first major higher-low structure since the 30,000 bottom was formed. And now something that's really exciting in the charts is if you go from the 65K top to the next lower high on the chart, we can see that Bitcoin is just about to challenge our final downward sloping resistance line. Getting above this resistance line is going to be a huge move for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now already getting above that January 42K resistance level, and that was pretty much the biggest level that most market participants were looking for a break above. And now Bitcoin is showing its strength, and the next test is going to be getting above this downward sloping resistance. If we do get a break above this resistance, this is going to be, in my opinion, final confirmation of a true bullish reversal. If Bitcoin is unable to break this resistance and we see a breakdown in price, that would, in my opinion, show weakness in the market. So at this point, we do not want to see Bitcoin falling below that upward sloping support line. That could set us back for quite some time. So what we need to see is a consolidation in this range and a pop above that resistance, confirm it into support, and look to continue to create constructive price action. Now, a key moving average line right now is the 200-day simple moving average. This is probably Bitcoin's next major hurdle, as we discussed in my last video. And it's interesting that right now, the 200-day simple moving average does coincide with this downward sloping resistance. So this area right here, just below 45,000, about 44,800 is going to be a major pivot zone. And it is possible that we're going to see some bearish speculation along that resistance. But I think right now, with all the great news and all the good fundamentals going for Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think it's more likely that we will actually get a break above this moving average. And once we get above that area and above the downward sloping resistance, then I think it's really off to the races for Bitcoin. As long as we can maintain the 200-day, I do think that this will usher in a longer term recovery for Bitcoin, possibly putting in some longer term upward sloping structure from that low point. Now, it's unlikely that Bitcoin would just go for a straight full recovery. We'd probably chop around this range and maybe form a longer term upward sloping trend line based off that 30K support level. So it's definitely going to take a little bit of patience. This recovery will likely take place for quite some time. It's probably going to take a while for us to gear up to actually get a break above that 65K level. But something that's showing up on the OnChain Metrics that I saw recently from William Clemente is quite convincing, and that is the entity adjusted dormancy flow. And the dormancy flow chart is showing us that, as William Clemente was saying here, noobs have been almost fully purged from the market. If you're looking at the bottom of the screen, the dormancy flow is near the low point, similar to the 2018 bear market low, similar to the 2015 bear market low point, and also even if you're going back to that 2011 low point. In terms of dormancy flow, we are pretty much right back to our traditional bear market levels, which means we are likely at a long-term low point. And just to quickly reference a few other on-chain metrics that we've been studying on this channel, the Bitcoin versus buying power, and this is measuring the stablecoin buying power, and the green means potential buying power from stablecoins, and red means stablecoins are being deployed. And what you'll notice is that once stablecoins start being deployed, Historically, when you see these ranges, usually it lasts for quite some time. And in a lot of cases, you see long-term deployment of stablecoins going up with the trend. And we just now saw one of the biggest spikes for stablecoin deployment. Tons of buying power is entering this market. And I do think that stablecoins will continue to be deployed, where we're going to see a longer term period of stablecoin deployment in this market, likely getting a longer term range of deployment of stablecoins, possibly starting this long-term uptrend for maybe many months. And I think this will kick off a longer-term uptrend for Bitcoin up to that 65K level and ultimately into new all-time highs. And also, if you're looking at the Puel multiple, which tracks the profitability of miners, Bitcoin just touched an extremely low point during that major test down to 28K. And this low point in the Puel multiple is rarely seen, only at major market low points. So that's another supporting metric showing us that we probably did just hit a major market low or a long-term low. And also the Mayer multiple. The Mayer multiple tracks the distance of the Bitcoin price from the 200-day moving average. And same thing goes for the Mayer multiple. We rarely test these levels. And when we do, it's usually some kind of longer-term low point in the market. So all the on-chain metrics are pointing to a long-term recovery for Bitcoin and a major trend shift back to the upside. And I think the next major hurdle here from the technical side is going to be Bitcoin challenging this 200-day moving average and looking to reclaim it as new support as we gear up for the major recovery that I believe is coming. So I'm expecting a price move above this downward sloping resistance line and a little bit of chop above and below the 200-day moving average, maybe even turning this previous resistance into new support, coming back down to that 41K, 39K level before ultimately creating a longer-term uptrend and a full recovery for Bitcoin. I do not think that this bull market is anywhere near over. And also, just to mention, if you bring up the stock to flow model, if Bitcoin was going to play out a recovery like this, we would generally still be on track and we would ultimately have the shot at creating a major market top in this range, generally following the stock to flow model before entering a true bear market. Remember, guys, we have about 3 years until the next halving takes place. So that means there's a lot of time here, and it's very unlikely that Bitcoin's just going to hang out at low levels before the next halving. We will probably see another major up phase in this market before entering a true sideways bear market going into the next halving. And also, just to mention, the new upgrade for Ethereum has caused some bullish speculation here. It's looking really good. Ethereum never fell below its macro upward sloping trend line. Bitcoin did have a moment where it fell below or traded sideways through this upward sloping trend line. Now we're testing back up to it here. But Ethereum, on the other hand, is in a different structure. There seems to be a lot of conviction for Ethereum, and Ethereum was able to hold these price levels extremely well and maintain that macro upward sloping trend line. And in my opinion, this is extremely bullish. I'm expecting Ethereum to see some of the most epic price action it's seen over the next coming months into the next 6 months, potentially moving up to that $10,000 price level. I can't stress enough how bullish of an event this upgrade is for Ethereum. So in my opinion, guys, be prepared for some major upside over the next half year going into the end of this year. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel if you're new and join the Patreon to get insights into what I'm doing in this market. And I'll see you guys in the next video.